So good afternoon, class. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes.
Afternoon to you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I want to take the attendance register. I just want to confirm. Alex Ian Mokoya.
Present.
Domason Omulo.
Present.
Amaisa Lavington.
Present.
Very good. Now, without much ado, I want us to zero into our session title today, titled Sustainable Resource Use. So this session, it's composed of two running outcomes. The first one, by the end of this session, you should be able to, number one, state methods of minimizing wastage. And then number two, you're going to try waste management procedures. That is our first running outcome, where we are supposed to state the methods of minimizing wastage. Now, class, we have different types of resources. Even before I zero into this, we have different types of resources. Perhaps maybe Lavington, you can mention one for us, and then Domason, you can mention to us another resource that you know about. Any resource you know. Kindly unmute and then you speak. Yes, I'm asking maybe some of the resources you know about. If you can hear me, kindly unmute and then give a response to that. Or you can use the chat box. Still, you can use the chat box and indicate there. Yes, we have a number of resources. We have financial resources. We have human resources. And a resource is anything that, you know, makes us to live our day-to-day lives. Now, I want to use a very classical example here about food. There are so many things that yes, I've seen Domason has written about minerals. Yes, minerals is also a resource. Yes, you can also use the chat box. That's very good. Now we have food. We live in a country where we have vast lands, but unfortunately, people are still stricken by hunger because of food shortage, and so on and so forth. And this is brought about by the aspect of food loss and also the aspect of food waste. Before we talk on how we can minimize that, I want you to check on that image which appears on your screen. Yes, have you seen that?
Yes,
Alex,
we have seen.
Very good. Amaisa Lavington,
Yes.
can you read for us about the food loss and then Domason to read for us about the food waste? Amaisa, food loss?
Yeah, on the food loss, food loss is the decrease in the quantity or quality of food resulting from decisions and actions by food suppliers in the chain, excluding retail food service providers and consumers.
Very good. Thank you very much. Domason, food waste?
Food waste is the decrease in the quantity or quality of food resulting from decisions and actions by retailers, food services, and consumers.
Very good. So that is it. Thank you very much. Now, how can we minimize this? I want you to check the image on your screen. I want you to check the image on your screen. So you have food loss, for example. What you're supposed to do, number one, you're supposed to embrace climate smart agriculture practices. Number two, we are supposed to grow drought-resistant crops to address the issues of food loss. And also, number three, you are supposed to use convenient means of transport and distribution. Like, for example, rail is known to be safer than maybe by road. That is on food loss. On food waste, we are supposed to do what we call value addition. And this is where maybe if it's fruit, you convert it into juice so that we have less wastage. And then another thing, and there is also where you can convert waste into energy. And then again, you can also carry out composting practices. There is that image on your screen. Sarah, what is that? Between food loss and food waste, what is that? Please unmute and then tell us. Or anyone, please.
That's food wastage.
Yes, that is
food waste.
wastage. That is food waste. So, and we can control that through value addition. I've seen Lavington was raising his hand. That's very good. Maybe you can tell us what is that? Image number 3. What is that? Lavington, you had raised your hand.
Yeah. To me, this is food loss.
Yes. Very good.
Maize are dry.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. And this could be perhaps due to the weather changes and so on and so forth. So that was about food loss and food waste. Now we have other methods of minimizing waste. Like for example, I want you to see this this image. Okay, you can see there is somebody there, a trader, and what he's doing is doing pattern layout to ensure that he minimizes on the waste of the material. Domerson, what do you see? That other method, what can you see?
Yes. From my end, I can see 2 individuals.
Yes.
Who are probably carrying out an inspection.
Very good. So this is a body called KEBS who normally carries out their duty to ensure that we consume products which are safe for our health. Again, maybe Stella, I don't know whether Stella, you can unmute and tell us what you are seeing there. Or Alex, please. Kindly
Hello,
unmute.
I'm seeing, sorry, my network is a bit shaky, but I'm seeing what appears to be an open dump site and people retrieving what can be, what I am assuming are materials that can be recycled. Very
good. In fact, those are the other methods that we can use so that we can minimize wastage. And as enlisted there, using resources completely, like what we have seen with the tailoring, quality control processes, like what we have seen with the KEBS, and also recycling of waste. Now, class, I want us to finish with our last running outcome, where we are going to talk about the waste management procedures. Maybe you can use your charts. I want you to write in whatever order you might think of the waste management procedures you know of. Remember, it normally starts at a point of generation. So kindly use your charts, and then I'll be reading from there. Please use your charts. Very good. I've seen Lavington has written generations. There are said segregation. That is correct. The other ones are, please write something. Yes, we have waste transportation. That is from Alex Mokoya. That's also good. Yes, we have treatment. We have treatment, that's also good. Yes, we have correction. That is very, very good. So kindly compare your results with what appears in this particular slide. So number one, we have on waste management procedures, we have generation of waste. After that, we have number two, segregation of waste. And then number three, we have correction, where this is done by, those people that have been given that authority. And then we have transport, we have treatment, storage, and then disposal. Can you clap for yourself? Please, can you clap for yourself? Because we've reached to the end of our session, just clap for yourself. And then I want you to write on the chat box, what is your key takeaway from today's session? Just like something, what is your key takeaway? What have you learned? What have you learned? What have you learned from today's class? Please use the chat box. Very good. Domerson has learned about waste management process. Lavington, that's also very good. He has learned about methods of minimizing wastage. That's excellent. Now, I want to give you an assignment. And as you can see in your screen, the assignment is this. You're supposed to state 5 methods of economizing resource consumption, 5 marks. State 5 methods of economizing resource consumption, 5 marks. So that marks the end of our lesson today. Thank you very much for attending this particular class. Let's meet during our next class. Goodbye.